So on this channel, we talk a lot about how to implement AI dialers into your business. I go through all of these tutorials on how to implement an AI dialer into your business. But I still always get the question on what is an AI dialer? Now, what exactly is an AI dialer? Before we get into what an AI dialer is, let me explain to you what it isn't. An AI dialer is not a dialer that is able to call 10 leads at once and get 3 people to respond to the phone, and then from there, they're going to be talking with a human. That's not what an AI dialer is. Second, an AI dialer is not a robot sounding voice. It sounds exactly like a human. So let's say you call a company, and for some companies, they have these keypads for click 1 to talk with this person, click 2 to talk with this person, and it's a very, very robotic voice. That is not what an AI dialer is. In fact, an AI dialer is just an AI voice that sounds exactly like a human and that is able to do basically all of the tasks that a human is able to do over the phone. That's basically what an AI dialer is. And you're able to clone it to sound exactly like your voice, you're able to clone it to sound like another voice, you're able to clone it to many different voices and basically cut the time of you being on the phone. Now, the second question I get asked a lot is, why do businesses implement this into their business? Well, because the AI does not sound robotic at all. The AI actually sounds like a human and is able to perform the same tasks as a human. And because of that, it's able to cut costs dramatically. For example, now because you implement AI into your business, you won't have to pay employee tax and you won't have to pay for training for your employee. And the biggest expense is paying for the time of your employee. You won't have to pay for basically any of that because you're paying an AI to do the work for you. And the AI is dramatically cheaper, costing anywhere from 8 cents to 12 cents a minute, meaning you're only paying $12 for a full hour of talk time. But whenever you have an employee, you're paying for them to sit around, wait for calls, or you're paying for them to go on break, or you're paying for them to go to the bathroom. Anything you're paying for an employee, you have to pay for their sick days, you have to do all of that. But with an AI dialer, you're just paying for the time the AI is on the phone. So if the AI is on the phone for 5 minutes, all you're paying is for that 5 minutes of call time. You're not paying for an hour. So that's the biggest reason why big companies are starting to implement this into their business. Now, what companies are implementing AI dialers into their business? Well, there's quite a bit of big companies implementing this into their business right now. One of them being Moderna, a medical company, Salesforce, another really big company. So I know these companies are implementing AI dialers into their business, and there's many more. These companies are billion-dollar companies. So that's why I would recommend you implementing this into your business. If big companies are doing it, why don't you? And you might be saying, well, doesn't this cost a lot of money if only these big companies are doing it? Honestly, as I said before, it only costs max 12 cents on the minute. And to actually implement this into your business, if you're going to do it yourself, it's going to take, of course, a bit of time to learn how to develop all of this stuff. It's probably going to take 3 weeks for you to be able to implement it into your own business. But if you hire a company like mine, it's not going to cost you more than $3,000 to implement into your own business. It really depends on what you want to implement too. If you're just wanting to have an AI that is able to call all of your leads and book them into appointments, that's going to be cheaper than an AI that has to do 30 different tasks. It's honestly very cost efficient, and there's no real reason to say, I don't want to implement this into my company because it's too expensive. It's pretty cost efficient, and if you really think about it, an employee in the US costs in total around $5,000 a month to be able to employ them full time. And if you're going to hire someone from the Philippines, the AI is going to cost the same as someone from the Philippines. But honestly, people from the Philippines or from India have accents, and this AI won't. Now, how do AI dialers really work? That's a really good question. The way these AI dialers work is they first have a voice API. So they either use OpenAI, they use PlayHD, they use any third-party company. Then they use a large language model and many more LLMs. And then they use a transcriber to transcribe all of these messages from, again, OpenAI, DeepGram, and a company called Transcriber. They connect all of these softwares together and then make an AI dialer. And then, of course, we need to use a calling service like Twilio or Vonage. So that's basically how an AI dialer is made. It's made from all these third-party softwares, and then it's combined into one, and then it's able to call you as a customer service agent, as a front desk assistant, or as a salesperson. So yeah, that's basically how these AI dialers work. They use a lot of third-party softwares and then combine them, and then it's able to do basically anything a human does. Now, what exactly are the benefits to using AI? What I talk about a lot is efficiency. This helps a lot with AI dialers. This is probably the biggest motive to turn to an AI dialer is the efficiency, because one phone number can take 10 calls at a time and basically book those calls into appointments and be able to do so many more stuff on the back end, like processing data while on a call, while communicating to that person. Literally multitasking, but that person is still getting the best service. The second reason I would say this is more beneficial than a human is personalization. AI can remember the whole conversation from a month ago with that specific phone number and be able to talk like they remember that person from a month ago, so they can personalize the whole entire conversation. And again, with personalization, if the person that's calling you only speaks Spanish, well, the AI is going to understand that it's only speaking Spanish and is immediately going to start speaking in Spanish. So that's another big benefit, because now you are doing business with more people that do not only speak English, so you are not tied to one language to do business with. You can do business with any person that calls into your company, and this AI is able to talk in 160 different languages and over 50 different dialects of languages. So that's another really good reason why it's super beneficial. And then the last beneficial thing about these AI dialers is the scalability. If you want to scale the amount of leads you're getting by, let's say you're a construction company, you get your leads from Angie's List, you want to buy more leads from Angie's List, you want to scale faster, you don't have to hire someone to be able to take all of these calls and book these people into consultations. What you're able to do is just buy more numbers, and then the AI is going to be able to call all of these leads. The AI is able to call 10 leads per number consecutively. So if that's not enough, just buy another number and you're going to be able to call 20, 30, or 40 leads, depending on how many numbers you buy. Now, where exactly are you able to implement this in the real world? Well, there's actually many places where you're able to implement this in the real world. Like we were talking before in sales and customer service, you're able to implement it in way more stuff than just sales and customer service. You're able to implement it in booking appointments. You're able to have it do so many different tasks with just a couple of prompts, and it's already better than the average human at converting those people. One of the companies I work with, for example, is a med spa company, and they wanted to start ramping up leads for Facebook because they became more profitable and now they have more money to spend on Facebook. The problem they were having was they couldn't find the right person to take their calls, because it's really hard and takes a long time to train people to be able to convert people into appointments and be able to know all of the medications that it's talking about. Now, there are a bit of challenges with implementing AI dialers into your business. For example, if you are in the medical industry, you have to comply with all HIPAA laws. There's a way to get around all those HIPAA laws. Just don't have the AI record the call, don't have the AI take down the name of any person on the call. Basically, put the AI on privacy mode and it forgets all its conversation they had with that person on the call. We don't take transcripts from the call. We don't take anything. It just books that person into a meeting, and then they're able to talk with the doctor over the phone. That's how we're able to comply with HIPAA, because we are not taking any notes for anyone to be able to steal. And another drawback a lot of companies have is privacy. They want their clients having the biggest privacy. Basically, what we do with HIPAA to make everyone feel safer is just turn off the recording of the calls and turn the AI into privacy mode. And every single time at the end of a call, the AI completely forgets the conversation and does not remember that conversation. And that's a way to get around that privacy concern that most people will have. Lastly, what's the future of this whole industry? Is it going to get banned from the FCC, or what's going to happen to this industry? Well, FCC did pass laws on AI dialers, and what they explained in these laws were basically just don't call leads without your consent. If they have your consent, you're freely able to call them. So basically, don't cold call. Cold calling is illegal in general, and if you don't cold call, you can't get in trouble using this technology. If people are calling into your business and an AI responds, that's not illegal at all, because they are willingly calling you. Again, if you're outbound calling to a lead that gave you permission or you bought a lead from Silmer, that's completely legal because all of these leads opted into being called. So that's basically the future. The SEC already ruled on this and basically just outlawed cold calling for AIs as it was illegal for humans. They just made it illegal for an AI to cold call. Very simple stuff like that. The AIs are getting better and better. They're starting to understand emotion more. They're starting to understand if you're upset. They're starting to understand if you're just not in a good mood today. They're able to understand that and are able to target you on those feelings. Now, this may sound scary, but because this is going to sound exactly like a human, and because of the support they're getting, they might even want to buy from you even more. The future of this technology is, of course, it's going to get better and better. From what this was 6 months ago to now, it's unnoticeable. The AI sounds literally almost exactly like a human over the phone. Now with these recordings that you hear online, those are recordings from the AI end. They don't really sound nearly like that on the phone because the phone does muffle around 30 or 40% of the sound. And that's why I would say over the phone, it sounds almost exactly like a human because of that. So yeah, if you're really interested in implementing AI dialers into your business, feel free to book a call at Sympana.com. If you need any other help with AI, feel free to message me on Instagram or leave a comment. And if you want to be caught up on the newest AI news, feel free to join my newsletter.